Breaking: President Trump caves. Here's what we know. President Donald Trump embraced Senator Joe Manchin's DWV gun control bill but rejected Representative Steve Scalise's RLA push for national reciprocity during a bipartisan meeting with lawmakers Wednesday afternoon, Breitbart reports. President Trump sat patiently and listened to Senator Chris Murphy, DCT, then looked at the end of the table at Senators Pat Toomey, RPA, and Joe Manchin, DWV, then asked them to lay out their gun control bill. The gun control bill by Manchin and Toomey is the same universal background check legislation supported by Barack Obama in the wake of Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. The bill was defeated in the Democrat-controlled Senate on April 17, 2013. The bill strengthens the reporting of information into the background check system and requires background checks on all commercial sales. This allows background checks on private gun sales, which are sales at gun shows and online. Toomey. Manchin then stated that West Virginia will support the Manchin-Toomey gun control bill if Trump will support it. What he failed to mention is that the Manchin-Toomey bill would not have prevented the Florida attack, just as it would not have prevented the Sandy Hook attack that spawned it. Nor any other attack that has taken place in the United States. President Trump then stated he wanted to use the Manchin-Toomey gun bill as a base to allow further gun control bills into legislation. Back in 2013 this very bill was shot down when it was presented. Here are the actual details to the bill, per Politico. As under current law, transfers between family, friends and neighbors do not require background checks. You can give or sell a gun to your brother, your neighbor, your co-worker without a background check. You can post a gun for sale on the Cork bulletin board at your church or your job without a background check. Current law requires checks on purchases only from federally licensed gun dealers. So the Manchin-Toomey amendment expands the checks to gun shows and internet sales. What is being left out, purposely, is that the bill would create a national registry that all firearm owners would then be placed in, so that the government can keep track of them as well as who has what. According to Conceal and Carry, the majority of American gun owners, there is no system, database, or registry that ties us to any of our firearms. Even the Brady Act that created the background check system requires that the records of each background check be destroyed within 24 hours. FOPA is a United States federal law that revised many provisions of the Gun Control Act of 1968. As such, FOPA makes it illegal for the national government or any state in the country to keep any sort of database or registry that ties firearms directly to their owner. The exact wording of the provision is as follows. No such rule or regulation prescribed, by the Attorney General, after the date of the enactment of the Firearms Owners Protection Act may require that records required to be maintained under this chapter or any portion of the contents of such records, be recorded at or transferred to a facility owned, managed, or controlled by the United States or any state or any political subdivision thereof, nor that any system of registration of firearms, firearms owners, or firearms transactions or disposition be established. Nothing in this section expands or restricts the Secretary's authority to inquire into the disposition of any firearm in the course of a criminal investigation. It is vital to realize what all they are trying to slip through the gun bill, a lot of which I am sure we will never know until after they pass it. Rep. Scalise wants the reciprocity legislation instead, which he states the crime-fighting value of concealed carriers and the need to pass national reciprocity legislation. National reciprocity was introduced in the House on January 3, 2017, and passed in the House on December 6, 2017. It was introduced in the Senate on March 1, 2017, and it has yet to come up for a vote, nor has Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said a word in support of it. Trump shut down Scalise's reciprocity push, suggesting the gun control package being pieced together would never pass if national reciprocity were added to it. We want to get something done. You know I'm your biggest fan in the whole world. I think that maybe that bill will someday pass, but it should pass as a separate bill. You'll never get this passed. If you add concealed carry to this, you'll never get it passed. Let it be a separate bill. President Trump. There it is, the fight is on. An appearance. President Trump did not back the Second Amendment and the citizens' rights. It is important to note that this very well could have been a TV publicity stunt to shut the sheep and anti-gun groups up, only time will tell. America placed their trust and love of nation into President Trump's hands when they voted him in. It is up to the president to honor that sanctity and stand and protect our Bill of Rights and our Constitution. Chris Badger Thomas is a veteran who served our country as an Army combat medic. Together we will make America great again. Dean James III. America's freedom fighters.